What's up, guys? Hi, everyone. It's Saturday, so it's a chat show on the Gracie Baja day. So really excited, with the space that we have now, a show just for us every Saturday. And today we have an amazing guest, which is going to be our professor and one of our best competitors of all times, Professor Felipe Preguiça Pena. But guys, before we chat with Professor Felipe, we would like to invite here Professor Vivi, the queen of our Baja Fit, to give us some notes and some up to date some of the things that's been happening with our Baja Fit competition coming up tomorrow. So, Professor Vivi, how are you?
Professor Braulio, how are you?
I'm very good. I never see so much sun here in Birmingham. I was yesterday visiting my brother Victor, and then we went to the Costa del Nottingham. We call it. It was a little just to imagine that we are because we don't have much sun here, Vivi. Opposite from where you're at, so we enjoy the most. Very hot over here. How is out there?
Good for you guys. It's hot out here, and it's really nice to start my Saturday talking to you. I think we should do this every Saturday. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, you've been here pretty much most of the Saturdays, so you're part of the team. You're part of the GB Online Chat Show.
Have you noticed anything different today? And it's not my hair.
He wearing also red T-shirt like us.
Yes. Do you know why? Do you know why?
We're matching. We're matching. So, Vivi, just a quick one before I start making the notes. Since you announced the competition for the Baja Fit, how has been the feedback with everyone that trying to be part of it?
Professor, I'm wearing the red shirt today because tomorrow we're going to have the first Baja Fit 300 Challenge competition. It's a global competition. Over 50 GB athletes tried to make it to the competition tomorrow. We just had to pick 16, the best 16 athletes, 8 guys, 8 girls. And I'm really excited for tomorrow. It's going to be at 10 a.m. PST.
Time from California, right? And so, what do you expect, Vivi, from that? Like after all this build up, and what we're expecting from tomorrow?
Professor, it's the first time Gracie Baja is doing an online competition. So it's really important that everyone is ready for some things that might happen that we can't control, right? So it's going to be through Zoom and people from all over the world. So we don't know how the internet connection is going to be, but everything that we can control is ready. We're very excited to have this show for everyone that knows how the competition feeling is and miss that feeling. And even the ones that don't compete will be able to cheer for the athletes. That's why I'm wearing the shirt, because I've been cheering for you guys since I'm little, right? So I've been watching my brother competing for not anymore, but I've watched him competed for a long time. And then since I'm 18, I was a big supporter of Professor Flavio, my husband, competing. So I really like this feeling. Even though I'm not a competitor, I really like to watch people doing their best competing. So I think we're going to have that a feeling tomorrow. It's going to be very exciting.
That's really cool, and I think everyone is really looking forward to not only whoever is going to participate, but also people who want to find out what Baja Fit is all about. This competition, something new. I think it's going to be very entertaining, especially in those times, because people are itchy to test themselves, to have a little extra challenge. And now going to be put on the live. That's going to be really interesting. I will definitely going to be watching, and I'm looking forward to what's going to be the time of the champ, because I cannot make 5 minutes and 40. I'll see whoever wins this, or maybe I can try to match that one.
Professor, to be a champion tomorrow, you have to do the challenge 3 times, right?
Oh my,
So we have a bracket with 4 athletes on each side. So they're gonna go only 2 on each side going to the semifinal, and then the final we have female and male. So it's gonna be very hard for them to finish this 3 times. Do this
that's
tough challenge 3 times. It's gonna be amazing. They're very ready to do it. They have been pushing themselves to the limit for the past weeks. It's nice to see their training, and they're very tough. They're gonna put in a show.
That's pretty interesting because OVV, when you mentioned that there will be three, you're gonna have to do the challenge 3 times, right? So every time, for example, it doesn't matter how fast you did the very first challenge, right? If on the second you don't do in faster than your opponent, you won't go through, even though if your previous time was much faster. Is that correct?
Exactly. Every time you go, it's a new competition. So the first 4 are going, the best 2 times move forward, and then they're gonna do it again, and the best one move forward to the final, and then the best wins.
So it's gonna be a lot of mental control and also pace. You're gonna have to pace themselves through the whole tournament, huh? Because if you don't finish the challenge, you cannot go through, right? Even though if you cannot complete the exercise, the 50 each, you cannot go through, correct?
They have 10 minutes to finish the challenge. So let's say at a mark of 10 minutes, whatever they are at that mark of 10 minutes is going to be compared to the other athlete. So if I finish at a mark of 10 minutes further than you, I move forward, I win. It's like
Wow,
they have the 10 minutes to do their best. Whatever they finished at the mark of 10 minutes counts. But they're very well trained, Professor. They are all finishing this challenge in way less than 10 minutes.
and what's the time difference, resting time between the first challenge to the second one?
Professor, we did our best to be minimum 25 minutes, but it's gonna whatever happens tomorrow is gonna change that, because even though we have 10 minutes for each challenge, they might finish that early and then we're gonna move on. So they have minimum 25 minutes. I can guarantee they're gonna rest 25 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's very, very exciting, Vivi. I'm really looking forward to see that. Okay. Thank you very much once again to be spending time to make some improvements and then be always open and humble to be always open for learning, to adapt. And then this is what you're doing is very exciting for people who now kind of lacking of some motivation challenge. This will definitely put people on track and motivate other people to actually do as well. Because I was talking to Victor, my brother, this morning, and even my nephew Vincent, he's doing all the 300 challenge. My son now, he wants to do it, so it's a movement that is going viral to the whole Gracie Barra, and thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Professor. I thank the whole team, because the challenge really has connected us during these tough times. And I just had a meeting with Master Carlos, and he blessed the first global challenge. He knows everything that's going on. And it's not only me, the athletes that embraced something new. They're going to do an online competition, virtual competition for the first time ever. We're all doing this for the first time. And I really thank everyone that is involved, GB Online, Dollamore, GB Wear, and all the GB students, professors. We're a big team doing this together.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Vivi. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow at 10 Pacific time in the morning.
Yes, Professor, to be online, Gracie Barra Facebook and YouTube will be, you can be watching the Barra Fit Global Challenge tomorrow. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Thank you. All right, guys. So, man, this is for sure. That will be something that we'll continue doing for sure after when all this pandemic goes. I have no doubt that something like that will carry on the online version, because it is much easier to connect everyone from all parts of the globe. And it's something that I'm really looking forward to see those challenges, and see as well something exciting to see people compete against each other, because it's been a while since we have seen that. And one thing that is going to be really hard, it's this: you do 3 challenges one after the other, like with a 25 minutes gap. It's not easy, man, because I'm telling you, when you do the challenge, if you go full on, when you get up to the 3/4 of the what is the exercise for, your body starts giving out. It doesn't respond to what you want. So it's going to be a big task to all the competitors. But as VB said, all of the athletes are really, on the go. They're always being very professional athletes, and it will be good to see this on the online tomorrow. So, guys, we have now just coming in Professor Felipe Pena. So we're going to start our chat, and make sure that you comment. Okay, you can add any comments or any questions on the chat below, and then we're going to be putting on here on the screen to carry on our chat. Okay, so here we go. Felipe Pena.
Fala, tio.
Hello. Man, I cannot see you properly, but I can hear it. Here we go. Look at this guy. Look, he's a model. Man,
can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you, and I'm having a good time watching this beautiful face. I can see you. I don't know if I can see me. Maybe. Oi, can you hear me? I think Felipe is having a little bit of an issue with the internet, but it's that because we make the show live. We just want to show some head with Felipe. Felipe is a very good friend. It's one of the most active competitors at the moment, and, one of the best competitors that Isma ever had. And it would be nice if you guys have any questions about it, and so if you guys can ask any question that I'd like to ask until he comes back. Okay, that will be great. But I'm just going to share one little story until he comes back. Hopefully, he will fix the internet. So, Felipe, man, like I've been following him since when he was a purple belt. He's from the Belo Horizonte, which is a big seller for many stars in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And Felipe is a guy. He's, I mean, he.
Deixa eu ver se vai dar aqui agora.
How are you doing, Felipe? His connection is not very good. How can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Passa pro 5G que é melhor. O telefone é bala, né?
É.
Então pega o 5G.
Alô?
Can you hear me, Felipe?
Tá.
Senão só vai melhorar.
Beleza.
Can you hear me?
Qual é, Brauliette?
Whee!
Now I think it's good. Yes, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can. Sorry for that.
That's awesome. Just if you get closer if you get close to the router, Felipe, that could work as well. If there is a router, if you're using 5G or you using
now.
Okay, so it's good to go.
I think now is good, bro. Now.
Okay, man. First of all, like I was giving you a lot of compliments here, but now we can go straight to our chat. And I would like to, first of all, to say thank you very much to the time for us. And it's always good chatting with you. Yeah, you are a guy that I really admire a lot for many, many, many reasons. And when I was preparing the show, I was, looking back for things that called me my attention for you as a person, as a fighter, as a competitor, as a student, as a professor, and but a lot of the guys, so many people we have been contacting, and so many people who was so into send some video message for you, and they actually asked questions that I was going to ask, and also commented a few of the topics that I was going to go. So with that, I will start with one question straight away from one of our guests. Okay, some things that we're going to be passing some videos for you, and we're going to talk about and have a good fun. Is that cool? Filipão, this connection is not really good, mate. Can you hear me? Hello?
Brad,
Can you hear me?
can you hear me?
I can. We're gonna put you a video now. Tony,
Yes, I can.
can you put the video, our first video? Check it out. Professor.
What's up, guys? A pleasure to be here back on the chat show. Professor Braulio, thank you so much for the invite. Today, our very special guest, man, I'm a big fan
Mas
of
agora não
him,
dá pra sair também, não.
Professor Felipe Pena, Preguiça. My brother,
Aqui não
thank
pega.
you so
Aonde,
much
aonde que é o
for
roteador
everything
aqui?
you've been doing
O
for this
roteador
Barra
aqui.
on the mats. I'm always impressed when I watch you compete, not only by your amazing jiu-jitsu, but your ability to overcome adversities. I think the biggest quality that you have as a fighter, and I'm saying that as a fan, I never actually had an opportunity to train with you or be smashed by you, but I think one of the greatest qualities that I've observed watching you compete is your non-quitting spirit, which embodies, I think, one of the most important qualities of a martial artist. And you inspired myself and so many of the younger generation with your amazing attitude on the mats. And man, for that reason, I believe not only you are one of the most amazing athletes Gracie Barra has ever produced, but I believe you are a very important link between the past generation of Gracie Barra athletes and the future generation of champions. And man, the question I have for you is about, it kind of comes from a picture that went viral this week on social media of a different version of Felipe Pena. When you're young, you're white belt, and you're a little chubby. And I related to that because before I trained jiu-jitsu, when I started training jiu-jitsu, I was also a little bit overweight. And I'm just curious about at what moment in your journey, and number one is you realize that you could be good in jiu-jitsu, right? You decided to dedicate yourself to jiu-jitsu because you felt like you could be good at it. You know, at what moment you had that click and why? And then I'm also curious about another moment, right? Which is the moment that you realize you could become the best in the world. I relate to that. I started as an overweight young teenager, and there was a moment right on my first year of training that I realized that I could become good at jiu-jitsu. Most of it because of the amazing people that were around me, and they believed in me so much. But also there was a moment many years later that I realized that I could have a shot at being the best in the world, and I decided to dedicate myself to it. So I was just curious about your own journey and your own process and how you grew from being that young, overweight teenager to becoming, in fact, one of the best fighters in the world. Congratulations on your amazing career, my friend. I can't wait to see you on your next battles and to be a fan cheering you on the amazing careers and the amazing years that you still have ahead of you. Take care, guys.
Eita lá, o Filipão das antigas ali, ó, old Felipe. But man, you look tough there already anyway. You look tough there. You look like you could smash people already there, man. Did he freeze again? Guys, we have to take in consideration, right, that Felipe Pena. His nickname is Preguiça, which is sloth. So he's it's kind of things that's a little bit slow, you know. But my goodness. So now we're gonna have to make it up on the spot here because I think by what you can see, guys, Felipe made a space to his on the countryside. So and it's the connection keep cutting, you know, on and off. But yeah, he's back again.
Hey, Braulio. Hey,
Filipão, can you
guys,
hear
I'm
me?
really sorry for that. Let really sorry for that. I try because I'm traveling, and before we try, right, Braulio, and the internet was fine. Now I don't know what is happening now, but I made a change here now. I think now it's going to work. But really sorry, Braulio, Ryan, and everyone is
Don't
watching.
worry, man.
I
You get the ball rolling, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, but let's try again. Sorry for that.
Okay. Professor Flavio Almeida was relating a little bit with you, and he mentioned that he also, when he was young, he was a little bit of a chubby kid, and then he saw your post on Instagram this week, and then how you kind of, you know, you wasn't really into shape, and I wanted to know how when was the time that actually clicked that, you know what, this is something that I want to take serious and go full on through jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's a really funny picture, and remember me so much. And because when I was 14 years old, I started training jiu-jitsu because my mom and dad, I was giving some trouble at home, and my mom and dad said, "No, Felipe." And because of Tio Chico, said, "Tio Chico, you need to bring Felipe to jiu-jitsu. You need to bring Felipe to jiu-jitsu to start doing some sport." And that picture probably was in like the first months that I start training, and look into that and see. And it was very funny when I put that picture because so many people are, oh, now I know why the nickname is Preguiça. You don't need even to explain, and it's very emotional for me to look at that picture and see how was the process and how jiu-jitsu changed my life.
Yeah.
Without jiu-jitsu would be completely different. And that picture was around 14, 15 years old. And after 6 months, I got kind of in love of jiu-jitsu. I start training like every day, and I love the environment since the first moment. But the sport took a little months for me to like. But after a few months, I got in love, and I started doing tournaments and stuff. I lost my 21st tournaments probably, but after a while, it was something natural, and the place that I have more fun and I feel more happy was inside the mats, So when I got in love with that, and I feel so good in the mats, and I say I want to do that for my life, and here I am.
When was this? Which belt were you, Felipe, when you kind of felt that way?
I think a little bit before get the blue belt, I already started competing and focus 100% on jiu-jitsu, my life 100% on jiu-jitsu. But I think the idea of living only of, but back in the day, I used to study and to do everything, but to live like 100% of jiu-jitsu, I think was around purple belt, because even I wanted very much. I didn't know was everything gonna go the right way, But after 2011, when I had the experience to live with Rominho, and I got my first world title, that's when I think kind of like uh, give the change on my career, because I said, "No, man, I really can do that," and that's when my parents always support me since the beginning, but I think that's when my parents said, "Oh, no, he's good. Let's give more support and see how it goes, But since like almost get blue belt, beginning of blue belt, I already have the idea to leave of jiu-jitsu, compete and be an athlete, But on 2011, purple belt, I think was when really changed, and I started taking even more serious.
That's pretty cool. Oh, Felipão, how long it took for you to feel some difference on your body? How long did you start to notice, man? I'm getting to jiu-jitsu is being very good for my health, for my body. I'm changing. I'm getting into shape. How long, if you to remember, how long it took?
I think he like in the right first month because like you saw in the picture, I was like very chubby, very out of shape, and for a kid around that age, that's is something that bothered me a lot, and I think that was one of the first things that jiu-jitsu I fixed into jiu-jitsu because I was losing weight, and that was make me feel so good, with myself. To see that every month I'm losing some weight, I'm and I think like is jiu-jitsu is the best sport to, in my opinion, to lose weight, So I really needed that on that time, and since the first month I already lose some weight, and after was something like continuous,
Yeah, now that's for sure. Jiu-jitsu, I think, especially if you are a competitive person, jiu-jitsu is the best thing, man,
Yeah,
because you don't want to give up, you want to. It's a little. The challenge is there in front of you. Is one against one, and you're losing, and then you go. You still have time, and then
yeah.
you fight until the end. And this is one of the biggest characteristics that you have that you're going to be talking through the chat. But taking the lead, because I think we have one more. I think Furão has a similar question, so just take out of the way. Tony, let's get Furão on the line.
Hello, Professor Braulio, Professor Preguiça. How are you guys? I remember training with Professor Preguiça many years ago when he came to United States to compete. He was a blue belt, and we trained together, and he was just like a normal blue belt, And I believe a year later or 2 years later, he came back again, and we trained again, and he was already a different monster. He was already super tough with a different mindset. His skill level was super good, and I was really impressed to see his evolution in a short period of time. And obviously, he became the great champion that he is today. And my question for you, Preguiça, is when was it the time on your career that you feel that you flipped the coin from being a regular jiu-jitsu practitioner to a jiu-jitsu athlete, to a jiu-jitsu champion? And what was your biggest motivation to do that? Thank you, guys.
Oh, Filipão, because the question was very similar to the one that Flávio did. So,
Braulio, I think your microphone is mute. It's only for me, or?
I'm good. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
I could hear
Hello?
everything in Furão. Can you hear me? Or no?
I can
I
hear.
hear Furão 100%. Only
Can
you
you hear
I
me?
can't hear now. I don't know.
You cannot hear me. I'll text. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear now.
Hello?
I can hear now.
Okay. So, as you hear, Furão, it was very similar question to Flavio, right? So, what would be nice the transition that he mentioned that went from blue belt to purple in 1 year. That was a huge difference technically and mindset for you, because you already mentioned that the click was when you were purple belt. Yeah. But what was the different thing that happened on that year that when you 1 year later when you came back to America you are in a much different level? What happened that year?
Yeah, first of all, Furão, thanks a lot for the message. I remember a lot on these years, and I would like to say that you were a big inspiration for me, uh, especially when I was blue belt and stuff. See you training, how you train, and that helped me a lot back on the day. Thanks for that. So um, I think the main difference was because I have this experience to like when I was in BH, my city, in 2009, 2010. I pretty much did my whole day of jiu-jitsu. Like I train 2 times a day. I eat good. I don't go out. I don't 100% focus. And I still go to the tournament. I still go to the worlds and did accomplish my goal, which is win the world. So in 2011, I told my brother Chuchico, I said, Chuchico, I'm doing everything right in my head, and I still don't get there. I love this, and I really want to get there. I think I need to go out of my comfort zone, go out of BH, go out of my home, go out of my friends and my girlfriend that I had on that time. And I said, I admire a lot Rominho, and what do you think I go there and train there, like stay, like uh, do the camp there and everything? And he said, yeah, for sure, I'm gonna talk to him. And then I went there, and when I got to Los Angeles, I saw that I didn't train enough to be the difference, to be the champion. I trained 3 times a day and everything, but what Romin was training and what I learned was different. He pushed way more. He do like sprints, the rows, and the way he trained, the mentality was way harder, than what I was doing. Uh, and then I think that was the key, like when change everything for me, because I stay like 4 months out of my home, doing diet 24/7. Romin, how strict and focused he is. And go there being smashed for Rominho like 12 times a day, uh, don't see my girlfriend, don't see my friends. And like I think I just paid the price, and when I paid the price, was worth it, and I won the world's double gold, and I think that was the main difference for me. And I remember back in 2011 on the camp and the routine, every day I want to give an excuse to me, And one day I said to me, hey, Rominho, I'm feeling all sore. I think I'm gonna get sick and stuff. I think I'm not gonna train today. And this was like in the beginning, I think in the first month. And I actually was all sore. I was scared to feel sick and stuff. It was not a lie, But Romin just said, "Oh, okay, you're gonna rest." I don't remember who he said on that time, but he said like my biggest rival. I just saw Fulano posting picture train now, and you're gonna sleep. Oh, okay, let's see how you do in the tournament. And I wake up right away and went train, and and there's like this history, there's like many orders in the same time that makes me very tough mentally, like could happen whatever, could hurt my knee, hurt my foot, get sick, uh, lose the plane, get there right on the time. Doesn't matter what happens, uh, that doesn't affect me. I think I on that time makes me very tough, not like on technical on jiu-jitsu, but especially on the mind, on the head, and
Yeah,
help me through my whole career.
yeah. Like man, Ramirez is a big inspiration. He's the man. He lives by everyday porrada. That's for sure. And
Exactly.
and then and the thing is, I think the catch is not when people tell you, right? Because you can see people doing, you can hear people telling what to do, but I think the big catch is when you realize that you need to be the one to push yourself. When you have references, but if you don't hunt, if you don't search, right? If you don't do what it takes, you're always gonna be almost there, right? And that's one thing
and
that I saw it. It is on your evolution. It is that you had the will power, to go through on the good and the bad, and if you fall, stand up again. I think this is one of the most common characteristics of people who are successful in life.
yes,
Is that
yes,
persistence.
I agree 100%. And I think that's something very I always had. Like I remember when I was white, blue belt, and even when I was purple belt training for me, I didn't, like you saw in the picture. I didn't start it at the advantage of strength or physical body, anything like that. So I pretty much got smashed a lot. And I remember always when I got smashed, that give me a big inspiration to try again. You know what I mean? So, like if you see, if you talk, but always when I have like a really tough training or someone that really give me trouble, I finish the training, and what I do, I call him again, because I want to test, I want to try, I want to try, I want to try, and
I
you
know
the
what
same
you're
way,
talking.
you the same way.
I know
I
what you're
remember,
talking about. I've
yeah,
seen, felt, I've
yeah.
presence,
Uh,
and I had a
It's
lot of
like when we
fun
train.
watching.
You remember when we train, like you did good on
Uh-huh.
the first round, and then I said no, I stay, and bro, let's
Again,
go again, and I did good on the second, and then you come up again, and then I call you, and then I call, and then homie said, man, I can't see you guys train anymore, get out of my gym. you know and
that's the fun part. Is the challenge, is about the persistence of trying to one more chance, one more time. That's what
yes,
makes difference, isn't it? To be good at something, you need to make mistakes. You need to lose. You
yeah.
need to see the contrast, and push yourself to your own limits.
Yeah.
Oh, Filipão. So we have one more here, uh, direct from Brazil. Let's see if you understand the English.
Hey, what's up? I want to say to Felipe, he already knows he's not just a friend for me, just a simple teacher for me. Seeing him every single day training to be the best in the world, every day doing the same things, the focus, doing me a better dentist. I remember when I was graduated, I was motivated to start new things. And Felipe was one of the people who motivated me to follow my dreams, to never give it up. And what I want to say is thank you, Felipe, to be my brother, to always being by my side. Thank you, man. Us.
Man, look at the English, Tabby. Man, it probably is the first ever time you heard him speak English to you, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so funny, man. He's speaking English because I know him and he talks so different. It's very funny, but valeu, Teblito. Tebit is a big friend of mine. It's my student as well, black belt. But even before that, he he was my friend, and it's I'm very happy to motivate him and be part of his journey. He's a example of hard work. He's truly everyday porrada guy. I was with him yesterday, and I called him, man, what are you doing? It was like 10:30 p.m. And said, no, I am in the not office. I am in the, like, where doctors stay. What's the name in English? Like, I'm working. I'm working here, but I will finish in 30 minutes, and that's like every single day. He wake up like 5, 6 in the morning and don't stop until he can. He works very hard, and I'm very happy to see all the success he's doing on his career as a dentist, and I'm very happy with his message and see that uh, I'm part of his journey.
Yeah, Tabit, man, he's an amazing dentist. As you said. He's actually one of the
Yeah,
best dentists I've ever seen, man. He's
you went to
incredible.
him, right?
And I'm going. I'm waiting until the lockdown goes so I can go and see him. But like I see him, he follows you a lot as well. As in every main tournaments, he's always there with you. You guys have a very good relationship. And when I went to visit you to train with you when you were fighting Gordon Ryan, which we will talk this later, he was always there. Making the time. And then you're good. You're very fortunate. Philip. Not fortunate. I think everything happens for a reason. But you are a very blessed guy because I see how your family with you. I see how your friends are with you, how your brothers, and it's you're a blessed guy, man, because
For
the,
sure.
the the relationship that you guys have is really beautiful,
Thank you,
really
bro.
beautiful.
I
Okay, talking about that, let's bring one more question, but this I think we might have to translate.
What's up, everybody? This is Professor Gabriel Arges. I'm here to send a question to Professor Felipe Pena. My question is: when was the day that you turned your mindset and said that, okay, I'm gonna become a world champion? Right? I know from your history that when you start training jiu-jitsu, you're almost like forced into it. You didn't like it so much, and then we all know the monster that you are, like the huge accomplishments that you achieved. So I'm just curious to know, when was that turning point where you said, okay, I love this and I actually want to become a world champion one day? So curious to know that. Hope everything is well and hope to see you soon, brother.
Man,
uh,
everyone wants to know this question. What's going on?
but
Gabriel, we already asked this question twice. I will answer from Felipe. It was on the purple belt. Okay, he was a world champion. He didn't train very hard, and then he wanted to train with Professor Romeo. He realized that's really hard, and then he figured out that he wants more than anybody, and then he did well on the purple belt, and that was the click point. Was that correct?
that was the clip. But I think like the when I really started the dream, was because of my brother Chushiko, because back in the day, like Chushiko was 100% athlete, like the way I am now. He works with other things. He's still very tough. He goes there and smash everyone in the school. But back on the day, he was 100% focused on the same goal, be a world champion. And I grew up admire a lot my brother. Like we are around 6 years old difference, and I don't know. I think like younger brothers always look for older brothers, right? And that's what my brother I grew up see my brother doing, like training, traveling, uh, living, competing, and like following his dream, and I always admire that a lot. And when I start training and I lose some weight, and I started get a little bit good, and when I got in love with the sport, I have a big support of him, because it was the same life he was living. And I think that's when I start seeing this BJJ world, like competitors world, was because of my brother, like he had one dream, and as a young brother I look for him, and I turn off my dream as well,
That's great.
and I think, yeah.
Now we've been talking about a lot Tushiko here for who doesn't know. Tushiko is one of the toughest competitors that our team has had. He and my brother, they've had many battles together. And man, Tushiko is a warrior, man. He's one of the toughest guys out there. Even if he stopped training, goes back is a nightmare, you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's so nice as well. These helping each other. When I talk to him, when you're competing, you know, on goes on ACB because I work a lot on ACB. He was the first one to send me messages. Man, how is it? Is he doing well? What time? He's big. It's so good to see this kind of relationship between brothers because I have the same with my brother too. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's I was very lucky to have a brother like him, you know, that have the same life, the same dream, and support me, and definitely teach me a lot and guide me a lot on that dream, you know.
That's pretty cool. Talking about brother, let's see another brother, but from another mother here. Let's is your actually. Let's see who it is. You
Hey,
guess?
Philippe, I would like to ask you how you
Opa!
managed to win 2018 World Championship when you injured your foot on the first match of your weight class and then you barely could walk home. You have to overcome the injury, come back next day, and win such a hard bracket. I think you sharing this story with all the GB students all over the world, you're going to help all of us understand in order to succeed, you have to overcome. I would like you to share this story. And then it was amazing to be by your side and then see such a power of will. Thank you, brother. I'm a big fan. You're inspiration for me.
Awesome. That's a very good question. Good.
Was
See, this
uh,
overcoming fears is very important, Philip. Do you know why? Because Rominho, he always had the fear of growing the beard. Every time when I went there with the beard, so man, no, I don't have beard. But you know, man, I don't have the courage. On the quarantine, he overcame his fear. Hey, look at him. He looks crazy. You know what? They said, bro, don't take it off. It suits you perfectly. What do you think about the
looks
goatee?
good, looks good. But 2018 definitely was the year that I have to overcome more myself because on the first match I injured my foot against Adam Varzing. I was winning the fight, but he gave me a toe hold and my foot pop, my knee pop, and I had just one match on that day, you know, like of the weight class. And right after that match, I didn't want to show up everyone. I got hurt, so I walk. But right when I turned under the chairs, I laid down on the floor and I said, "Man, I'm screwed." I got hurt really bad, and when I looked my foot was huge, you know, and my knee was hurting. And then I was very sad. I talked to Rominho. I cried. I said, "Oh my God, man, I can't believe that happens. I have 3 more fights and stuff." And then I went to the hotel right away to put ice. My parents was very worried about my friends, my students, Rominho, and they said, "Man, I don't know if Felipe can fight tomorrow. I don't know if Felipe can fight tomorrow." And then I went to the hotel. I sleep. I put ice and everything. And then I said, "Man, I'm going to sleep and tomorrow morning I wake up and see how it is." I pray a lot, and the next day I wake up very confident. Man, my foot will be fine. And when I touch the floor, I could barely put my foot on the mats. Uh, but then everyone supports me and said, "Felipe, go there, do your best, whatever goes. You know, just if you can go there and do your best." And then that was one year that I was very, very motivated. Like I had in my head, doesn't matter what, I need to win this world title because my last title was in 2014 that I lost the title. So I was like was something very personal for me. You know, I really needed that title for myself. You know, to for me it was something very important for me. It's even hard to describe. But and then I had Xande Ribeiro in the quarterfinals,
With a
and
bad
then I
foot.
said, "Man, I take huh
With a bad foot fighting Shane Ribeiro is not an easy task, bro.
bad foot and bad knee, bro, bad foot and bad knee." And then went early to the tournament. I told the doctor, I said, hey, can you tape? And he said, what foot? I don't know, both, tape both because to don't show which one is hurt and stuff. And then I had a strategy to pull guard, sweep him, and hold. That was my strategy. I didn't want to move very much. And then was a very tough match. Like he did one advantage, and in the like 3 minutes before, I was recovering the guard, recovering, and then I popped because I was doing guard to the other side. And then to recover the guard, I bent too much my leg and I popped my other knee.
Oh my God.
And then when I popped my other knee, I looked for and said, man, what I gonna do now? And
What was the score?
but I really wanted.
What was the score? When you dropped the knee?
Was like 0-0, but I think he was with one advantage in front, something like that. And was around 3 minutes left.
My God.
And then, but I never stopped to believe. I never stopped to desire, even with that. And then I got the sweep. And when I got the sweep, and I almost got the back, and then I win the match. And right after when I win the match, wake up get out of the mats, and for me say, man, how is your knee? What happened? I say, man, I beat Xande with this foot and the knee. I'm gonna beat everyone. Doesn't matter what. I'm gonna win this tournament. And then I taped my other knee, and I actually have a picture, like I'll lay down like como fala mummy em inglês?
Mummy.
With
a mummy.
Braulio.
Mummy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a mummy.
Yeah, I was like a mummy, and then was every match a war, every match a war. Then I fought Felipe Andrew, that was a very dangerous in foot lock, and he went to my bad foot many times, and my foot popped again, but I won the match. And in the end, I fought Patrick Gaudio, and I think everyone knew I was hurt, because I was out tape, and even behind under the stairs, like everyone walk and everyone can see, it's not a separate area of the athletes. So I think everyone knew it, because Felipe went to my foot and Patrick Gaudio in the final went for my knee, but I accomplished the goal and got this title. But it was definitely the tournament that was more how you say, superação, overcoming for me, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, like, so you hurt on the first day. On the second day, you fought the quarterfinals against Xande. You hurt the other knee, and then you had to fight the finals, and then the finals, and against those two top guys, and you managed. That's impressive, bro. You should be really proud. How was the feeling when you completed? Was something like surreal? Did you be how was it like when you complete? How what came in your mind?
To be honest, was like in the first day when I got hurt. I really wanted, but I doubled myself many times. I said, man, I'm all hurt. My knees hurt. My foot's hurt. How I gonna beat these guys? All the guys are tough. Is the words. I have 3 more fights, But at the same time, like I put this bad not feelings, bad things on my head.
Bad thoughts.
I had bad thoughts on my head. I had all the other good thoughts on my head, So I was a day that I said, man, I can't do it. I can't. And then in the next day when I woke up, definitely was God or something, like, because after I beat Xande, I said, man, I can't lose. I'm gonna beat everyone. I was so screwed, like so injured, but I was so confident, So
that shows
was definitely special.
That shows how important the mindset, isn't it? Because sometimes you are completely in shape, and you can fight so well because you're so
Bro.
also super confident, right? Sometimes when you
Yes.
kind of injury, you plan the strategy very direct to what you can and you cannot do, so you don't give gaps to other options. If your bad knee, if your left knee is hurt, you don't want to expose your left knee, so you're going to be a lot more aware. And I
Yes.
think you end up fighting even better. Man, you have some fights that, man, I've seen like you escaping some ambers,
Yeah.
almost
This
tapping the
happens a lot
mouth
to
and
me. I wish not, but
tap.
happens a lot to me, unfortunately.
Which one of your fights? Because I saw there was a very good fight against Herbert Santos that you did. He got your arm, and then you still come up and be able to. Which one of those overcoming that comes down to your mind that strikes you that you go, man, that was I didn't believe that I could do it. Like that was hard. That was like the one that caused more the attention that you changed in the last minute. Or
Definitely,
you start losing.
definitely this World 2018 and my fight against Herbert in Europeans 2016. That he gave me
That
a
was
full,
that was
yeah, he gave me like a full straight like arm lock all the way. My arm popped many times, but I think I had so much rivalry against him. Me and him, we had so much. And he's like Gordon, he likes to talk a lot and stuff. And even back on the day, uh, he put money with someone and said, "Man, I'm gonna submit Felipe with 1 minute." He's that type of guy that talks a lot before match. So is one of the match that I told the guys, "Man, can happen anything, but I'm gonna beat these guys. Doesn't matter what, I'm gonna beat these guys." And normally when this happens to me, like when it's personal, I normally fight better actually. Like how I had when turn personally, I think that give me extra motivation, like, and I always fight better. So that was one that fight. I really didn't want to lose for him. Maybe if was a different guy at that, but against him was really want to win.
Well, Felipe, you mentioned Gordon. Like you guys have a very big rivalry, and Gordon loves. He talks a lot, and you have beat him, I think, twice already. And how I remember, like, because I had an experience. We were going to fight him for the first time. We invited me to your house, and we trained there. It was an amazing week. We trained every day, twice a day, and you wanted to explore the heel hooks and stuff because that's where he specialized was he was easy specialized at. And at the time, no many people wanted to fight him because he was on the rise at the moment, and then you put everything on the line to fight against him I think it was in San Diego, if I'm not wrong. And it was on his rules, and then no time limits, and also you managed to beat him in the ADCC as well on the rules of ADCC. And how is this? What do you feel about Gordon Ryan? And then when you took the first fight with a lot of to lose, because you like on the top of the world, and then he was coming up, and you accept the fight and went there without even know what to expect. What motivated you to go there? You know what? Let's go, and nothing to lose. I mean, with the mentality, you could lose much more than him at the time, but you went anyway.
Yeah. Bro, I think one thing a lot, like in many times and many challenges of my career, I think one thing, we're always gonna have fear, like or scare of something. But we need overcoming that, because otherwise you're gonna just stay in the dark and don't accomplish nothing. So of course I was scared. I didn't train any heel hooks, back on that day, because I fight mostly IBJJF, and he was specialized on that. But he was calling me out on the internet a lot. And I said, man, of course I'm scared of this guy tap me on heel hooks, but if I don't overcome that, I'm not a real warrior, you know. Like we need to overcome what we scare, our fears. Everyone have like fears and scare, but we need to overcome. And that was what's happening. I truly believe I could beat him. I have more jiu-jitsu than him, and I bet myself, and I accept, you know.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I remember like when I went there to your house and we were training, man. We spent a lot of times on heel hooks, and then
Yes.
you again.
You helped me so much, man. You helped me so much of the heel hooks, because I didn't have like much training partners that was usual. I only have like my students, you know, and my training partners, but no one was actually used to that techniques, you know. But you, bro, you were like expert like him or more, in my opinion. You know, you know so much about everything, but you know so much about heel hooks and attacking heel hooks, defensive thing, that I learned so much. So was very helped me on that fight for sure.
Oh, thank you, man. But man, and the thing is, if I'm not wrong, Felipe, this the transition that you end up taking the back on the first match on the no time limits and at the ADCC, the transition was pretty much the same, wasn't it? He attacked you on the heel hook and you spin under,
Yeah.
and then already grab the hip going climbing to the back, because back is your best position. I never saw you losing
Yeah.
on the back, man.
Exactly. I think like heel hooks took me some time to learn, but I think after learn was very good for my game as well, because at the same time you attack a lot of heel hooks, you expose a lot the back, you know, like many times, because you scramble a lot, you need to turn a lot, and you kind of expose the back a lot. So, but the first and the second match was pretty much the same back take. The difference on the second one is he was a little bit more aware, and when I turned the back, he laid out the hips, and I had to go to a leg drag and then go to the back. But the beginning of the transition was pretty much the same, but the second one has a little bit more steps, you know. But it
Yeah,
was pretty much the
that was a
same
good
one, yeah.
because he was
Yeah.
fighting more against him. So is the third match is gonna happen? Are you guys talking about? Is there anybody behind the scenes making this happen? What the news? Come on, give us some updates.
We talking here only teammates, only family, friends, so I can talk the truth, right?
Everyone is
So,
watching. He will watch it too.
sorry?
He will watch it too. He's gonna be on the YouTube.
Yeah. The thing is, man, to be honest, I don't think Gordon wants to fight now, you know, being very honest, because he just won the ADCC, and I think he doesn't want to risk his status now. That's my opinion, you know, because I don't see any other reason, because I read told Ryan from Third Grappling, he already said, man, okay, this purse for you, this purse for you, who wins get this. I agree, you know. He agree, and then I said to the rules. First match I fought his rules, you know, like was no time, sub only and stuff, and I won. Second was ADCC. The third, I just want a fair rule, and I said, man, okay, let's fight no gi, IBJJF, allowed heel hooks, allowed cross the legs, 10 minutes. It's a fair rule for everyone who see that is a fair rule. And then he keeps saying, no time limit, no time limit, no time limit. You said no time limit. I never agreed to no time limit. I'm not a no time limit guy. At the same time, he's not a gi guy, you know. So if he really wants to fight, that already happens. Would happen, you know. They were already scheduled, but he keep saying this and posting and saying when is the time I change the rules. I don't change the rules. I'm saying here for everyone, I'm down for no gi, IBJJF, 10 minutes, heel hooks, cross legs. I am okay with the purse. I'm okay to fight in US. Even New York. Ryan said would be New York. I said, okay, I'm okay. I'm just waiting, me and the promoter, just waiting him to say, okay, let's do it, That's what is pending, to be honest.
Oh, man, we're all looking forward to see this match. Hopefully it happens. And it's always
Me too.
any rules, man, would be an awesome match to watch. But, Filipão, we have one more video here for you.
Okay.
Hey, Felipe Preguiça.
Tá sem áudio,
First of all, as a
Braulio.
kid that I saw growing up inside Gracie Barra
Draculino
BH,
tá sem áudio.
since a little kid, we have like some pictures on the internet that you guys could see.
Eu tô te
Him,
escutando,
like
mas
when
o
the kids.
Draculino tá sem áudio.
Tony, can you maybe repeat and turn on and off because Felipe cannot hear Draculino. Let's see if it works now.
Hey, Felipe
Agora
Preguiça. First of all, as a kid that I saw growing up inside Gracie Barra BH, since a little kid, we have like some pictures on the internet that you guys could see. Him like with the kids class, with actually my son and Igor and some other kids. He's been there for a long time, for I believe like more than 15 years, like around 20 years. Anyway, my question is, who gave you the nickname Preguiça, which means lazy in English? And how did it make you work harder and be like an example of dedication and professionalism? Thank you, guys.
Professor Draculino. Yeah, that's a good point. Man, Preguiça, man, when you fight, there's nothing of Preguiça. There's nothing of a lazy guy when you're fighting, man.
This one he asked, but he knows the answer. Because it was him, he gave me the nickname. When I start training, like the picture you show, I was a preguiça, I was a sloth, truly sloth. Because since the beginning, I like a lot the environment, I like a lot the people, so to talk and the resenha. So every time I had the chance, I go to the wall and start talk, just do the resenha and jump the rows. Or always when I came, I jump the warm up, like truly preguiça. And then Draculino said to Chico, your brother, man, he come here just talk, he doesn't train, he get late and he doesn't come. And his nickname now is Preguiça. He's muito preguiçoso. He's very much lazy, very lazy. And then in Brazil, like people has a lot the have a lot the custom to give nicknames, and the nicknames in Brazil is stay when you don't like. And I don't know no one that would like Preguiça, So when he gave me the nickname, I said, no, man, no Preguiça. Give me a cool nickname, another nickname and stuff. And then Preguiça stay, Then they stay, no, Preguiça. And after a while, I start training a lot. I got in love with the sport and stuff, but the nickname stay. It's pretty much that. But definitely motivate me a lot to train, to prove them they are wrong, that I'm not preguiça. So help me a lot. Valeu, mestrão.
Now people want to have a nickname like Preguiça.
That's funny, man. That's so funny.
So, Filipão, sorry.
That's so funny that people now want to have a nickname Preguiça, but because if you think the right way, no one would like, you know what I mean?
You made the change.
Like, Yeah, back in the day, I said, no, man, don't give me Preguiça, give me Hulk, give me Monster, give me something. How I'm gonna get in the tournament and people gonna scream my name, Preguiça? That gonna take it out my power, gonna give confidence to the opponent, you know.
That was good. That was good. Look, so we spoke a lot about Tio Chico, so we got him there for you. So let's see what he has to say. Let's see his English. Let's go, Tony.
Hello, guys. Kakara, my friend, thanks a lot to invite me to talk about my brother. I want to start telling about a story about Felipe that I think it helps him a lot to have this competitive inside him, because when we were a child, we always play. We are really close brothers, me, him, and Fernando, and we play a lot of video games. And the worst part of our day is to lose from it, to lose. And when you lose, if somebody bully you, it's finished, because we're gonna fight a lot, and you have to shut up if you win. Because if you lose, you feel so bad with yourself, and this, I think, brings to Felipe a lot of competitive for sure, because I can see in his fights, and he did a lot of long fights. He did a lot of escape from submissions, and I think he, the DNA that he brings it with him, it's what makes him. I think what he built, this part of his DNA belongs from his childhood for sure, because we're really competitive, and you have to be. When you live with three brothers, it's hard to have the biggest beef. And I am like 5 years, 6 years older than him, and for him to overcome it was really hard. And I want to tell him that I'm really proud of him, of everything that he becomes in the world. He's a nice kid, nice brother, nice to have him to be in his part of his family. And what I want to ask him is how he feels, because I want to exclude the no give, because no give I'm not that, I don't like that much. And I want to ask him how he feels, because he never submit me in the back. If he still his dreams one day that he gonna submit me in my back, I think it's impossible. Just kidding. But you have to exclude the penal choke, okay? And the armbar, just the regular choke. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot, Felipe. Love you, brother.
Well, it's Chico. I think it's a big motivator on your career for sure. Felipe, you seem like your camera is off.
Yeah, let me try connect again. Can you hear me or?
We can hear you perfect, but we cannot see it.
Braulio, I'm trying to turn off and turn on, but it's still here. There is another option to do.
Just leave your picture for now, and then you can talk, and then we can try it later on after the next one.
Okay. Man, my brother, love him so much. He's a big part of my life, and you see how competitive he is, huh? even in the video, he shows something that he didn't lose, you know. But it's true, man. My brother has one of the best back defense ever. It's very hard to submit him from the back, and always when I'm going to compete, I need to train with him only specific back take, only specific back take. So it's definitely one of the best ever from escape the back. And it's true what he said, that definitely is something inside me from my child, because me, him, and Fernando, we are very competitive since young, Like he said, I remember we play any game, like we play video game or we play any type of games, and we go like 100%, and whoever lose, like hate to lose and fight, and we bully each other, you lose and blah blah blah, you suck, and bro, when we play anything, even now, you know, we're very competitive. Could be like the first time we play the game, but we play like to not lose, and we hate to lose. I remember Fernando. Every time I play video game with him, and when he's losing the video game, like before finish the video game, he turn off the video game and run and lock in the bathroom, you know, and say, haha, you didn't win. And then and the tio Chico, bro, if you beat him, he close the face right away, man. Could be anything. And if you bully him, he como fala xingar? Huh?
He cursed you, like, you know, so
Bro, he cursed you, and he say anything to make you mad, you know, like. And I think that helps a lot in jiu-jitsu as well, because it's one-on-one competitive sport as well, you know. So even in jiu-jitsu, I hate to lose, you know. Even a training, you know, I hate to lose. So that definitely helps a lot on my career. That competitive feeling that was born on my child.
yes, especially with tio Chico as a brother, and also as a training partner. You know, Fernando, as you
Yeah.
mentioned, you know, also.
And not because he's competitive, but he's one of the bulliest guy ever I know. If you lose to him, it's not a normal lose, you know.
And
Gonna
now
talk that and make fun of you for a long time.
it explains why you're so good on the back take, because, you know, tio Chico is one of the best ones to escape, man. And if you train with him all the time, of course your back take is going to be really good. Oh, Felipe,
Yeah.
just a quick one before we go for the next video. Okay, we have 3 more videos to come, and if you can try to log off and click again on the same link to see if I can see you. Try get off and click on.
Sounds great. Let me do it now.
Right.
1 second.
So, guys, while Felipe is trying to sort it out his video, you know, just remember, okay, tomorrow the Barra Fit 300 competition at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, for the first time there will be a competition. Professor Vivi is going to be there. There will be 8 men and 8 women competing, and it's going to be very interesting. And, you know, like after all this madness, we will be able to kind of watch live a competition from people different parts of the world. So the winner will need to compete 3 times. So basically, you're gonna have to. It's gonna be like a normal bracket, it's a fighting bracket. So you, if to win, you're gonna have to beat an opponent 3 times. So you're gonna have to do 3 times the challenge. So the challenge itself is already a hard work, and then if you have to do 3 times, it's going to be pretty tough. So all good. We have here Mr. Felipe Pena back, and all his dogs behind him as well.
They just show up here. Actually, I don't know these dogs. It's the first time I saw.
Well, you're 15. All right, so the next one is going to be in Portuguese. So you translate as after anyway answer that. Okay, Felipe?
Bom, boa tarde, Braulio. É um prazer essa oportunidade de poder falar um pouco do Felipe. Obrigado pela oportunidade que você está nos dando. Bom, eu vou ser breve e vou falar o que mais importante eu acho, não na carreira do Felipe, porque eu não entendo de jiu-jitsu igual vocês, mas da pessoa dele que conseguiu chegar onde ele chegou. A primeira coisa, eu acho que é a família, porque a família sempre respirou jiu-jitsu desde pequeno, primeiro pelo irmão mais velho, que levou o jiu-jitsu, levou o Felipe para o jiu-jitsu, depois do Fernando, junto com o Felipe, que sempre foram muito cúmplices, porque a diferença de idade deles é 1 ano e 2 meses só. Depois o pai, que apaixonou-se pelo jiu-jitsu e ganhou a primeira faixa preta na escola do Felipe. Então, a família é muito unida em função de tudo e também no esporte. E aqui é o seguinte, mexeu com um, mexeu com todos. Então, isso eu acho que dá uma base para o Felipe, que é a base da segurança. Ele cresceu um adulto muito seguro e com a estabilidade emocional que eu acho que a família que traz. Particularmente do Felipe, a personalidade dele depois, eu queria falar 5 qualidades que eu acho que são muito importantes. Primeiro, Felipe sempre foi muito determinado e, com isso, organizado e sempre correu atrás do que ele quer. Outra coisa, a humildade do Felipe. Ele é uma pessoa humilde, ele não preocupa com humilde, e humilde sempre está aprendendo. Depois, ele é super solidário, e eu acho que você fazendo o bem vem para você também. É tão solidário que ele tem esse grupo que ele ajuda de atletas e que ele está criando. Depois, a inteligência dele. Felipe é tão inteligente. Aí você fala, o que tem a ver a inteligência com a luta? Eu acho que tudo, né? Porque ele é detalhista, ele estuda. Ele é tão inteligente, quando eu estudava com ele matemática, ele falava, já entendi, era rápido, tem um raciocínio rápido. Isso eu acho também é uma coisa importante. E a outra coisa é que ele nunca desiste. Então, se ele perdeu hoje, ou se não foi do jeito que ele quis, ele sempre corre atrás. Isso eu acho que faz uma pessoa realmente diferenciada.
Eita, mommy. So, Philip, I'm gonna just translate because you get a little emotion there. But she was saying that how amazing kid and son you are, and she has been giving you a lot of grades, and then she believes that having the unity in the family makes everyone very connected, and this definitely, if someone messes out with one of you, it messes with the whole family. I think this gives a very structured mindset for you to go through the battles. And she gave, I wrote down here, guys. I'm just going to check on my phone here because I have to read what she wrote. She gave you 5 qualities that she really admires of you. Since young, as you growing up, you were always very determined person, and always never give up. Very humble. That is like a very person, like with humility, always respecting everyone. You're always good-hearted, always helping people, and very giving person. Also very intelligent. Well, I don't know about that, but let's say it's your mom, so we accept. Very intelligent.
Mom doesn't count.
And then she said, like, since when you were a kid, doing all the studying mathematics, and you very fast process on your thought. So it showed very much can relate to your fights as well. And you always a person that it doesn't matter how hard is the objective or the goal, you never give up and fought until the end. And you can see all this really on your matches. But yeah, man, beautiful message from mommy.
For sure, mom is always the best. It's funny. It's funny because she's not very used to. I know her, and she's not very used to the phone and internet and this. And he dressed up everything for that video. He dressed up. He put make, and that's amazing. And I think was like the best message, for sure. It's like the best thing in the world is family, and I'm very como que você falou, abençoado?
Blessed.
Very blessed to have my whole family, like my mom, my dad, my brothers. They are everything for me, and I'm very blessed to have them.
No, that's for sure. Talking about the brothers of Felipe, Fernandinho, your young brother, he tried, but his internet connection wasn't good enough, so he couldn't send the video, but he sent the regards and then he said he's gonna watch this. Not live, but another time. But we're probably gonna be hanging out with him soon. He's gonna give you a big hug on that. But we have another one in Portuguese. We'll try to translate. It's from another special person for you.
Olá, pessoal. Olá, Braulio. Abraço à família Gracie Barra. Espero que todos estejam bem aí nesse momento estranho que nosso mundo está passando. Tá? Bom, meu nome é Marco Pena, pai do Preguiça, e estou aqui para passar umas palavras aí de um momento da carreira dele. Para mim ficou marcante o momento em que a gente percebeu que realmente ele podia se tornar um atleta profissional, né? E, evidentemente, largar os estudos. E foi um momento, assim, de dúvida, né? Natural, que a gente não sabia, né? Se realmente era o melhor caminho. Aí teve um dia que eu fui até um treino de jiu-jitsu na academia do Rominho, assisti lá um treino deles e nesse dia eu tive que sair de lá com a convicção que ele queria muito isso. Porque, vamos dizer, eu presenciei, né, um treino muito intenso, ele apanhou bastante do Rominho. E depois disso, teve um treino físico na academia, que é com as portas fechadas. Eu que estava assistindo, saí de lá cansado, perdi uns 2 quilos. Mas eu falei, nossa, esse menino quer muito chegar onde o Rominho chegou, e outros da Gracie Barra, você mesmo, Braulio, e realmente tem que pagar um preço caro por isso. Então, eu vi realmente o desejo dele, né, pela intensidade do treino que ele se submeteu. Então, a gente fica, naquele momento, eu saí de lá com a expectativa, em algum momento isso vai ocorrer, né, ele vai ter que, porque fisicamente é difícil conciliar os estudos com um treinamento intenso. E, no final, dia após dia, ele veio dissipando essa dúvida que a gente tinha, comprovando com a dedicação, né, com tanto que ele realmente era disciplinado, a gente acompanhando realmente o tanto que ele abdicava das coisas na idade jovem, né, de festa e tudo mais. Então, ele realmente é merecedor de estar na posição que ele ocupa hoje, né? Fico muito feliz, né, dele, além de ser um excelente profissional, ter um excelente caráter, ser feliz no que ele faz, né, que eu acho que isso também é muito importante, e está passando isso para outros que estão chegando, né? Eu acho que eu mesmo sou fã dele, né, além de pai, sou fã dele, e acabei que me tornei aluno dele, né, e posso dizer que a minha permanência, né, a minha insistência se deve muito àquilo de exemplo que ele me passou. Bom, pessoal, eu queria fazer uma perguntinha para o Felipe, né, que me dissesse o seguinte: Felipe, quais as três lutas que você considera mais difíceis e por quê, né, independente de derrota ou vitória? Bom, pessoal, um grande abraço para vocês, obrigado, Braulio, pela oportunidade, né? Espero que todos fiquem bem aí e rapidamente a gente volta aos tatames. Tudo de bom para vocês, até mais.
Uncle Pena, Tio Pena, I'll try to resume a little bit what he said. He's just like, of course, very proud dad and very supportive. And then, as a dad, on the beginning, he wasn't sure how to deal with the idea of Felipe wanted to go for jiu-jitsu, but he was worried about, man, is this gonna be the right thing to do? But he went to watch one of your training, and he saw you getting battered by Romeo, and then he saw how much you wanted to be good at it, and then he saw how happy you were there. And then for a dad, when you see the son happy, is the best feeling that can ever exist. I can say that because I have a saying. That's exactly what I feel. And he gave you a full support, and jiu-jitsu changed a lot yourself for the better, even though you were always an amazing, bright kid. And he motivated even himself to start training jiu-jitsu, and he became your student. And then now, you know what I mean, like you teach your dad, and your dad is also, you know, a top dog. He's a world champion as well. It's crazy. And he asked you a question. The question was, out of what was the three most important fights that you ever had? If it was like, not only if you we don't need not winning or losing, but what was the three fights that called you the most impact on your career?
My dad, my biggest supporter, definitely my biggest fan, is the one who cheer more for me, you know, who support me most, and stay even more happy when I win than even me. So I love you, Dad. Thank you for the message, and it's very. I'm very blessed as well to have my father as a student, and some things happens in life that you can't even explain. Is I never imagined my dad would be my student in anything, you know, and would be my first student to graduate, because my dad is my first student, my first black belt, that white to black belt, you know, that I gave was my students since the beginning. So should couldn't have a better one, better person to be, and I'm very happy to giving a little bit that my dad gave me through jiu-jitsu. That's something that I really love. And about the question, I think the three toughest fights that I ever had definitely was against. First one was against Leandro Lo. I fought Leandro Lo first time in 2012 in Copa Pódio. I was a brown belt, and he was a black belt. And he won the GP, but my fight against him was a draw. And then right after, Jefferson, the promoter of the Copa Pódio, said if I want to do a super fight against him. And back in the day, I was just a brown belt, you know, receiving the invite to do a super fight with a black belt world champion, probably top three of the world on that top three of the world, and I accept right away. And we're supposed to fight on January of 2013. And 1 month before I fight him, I was graduate a black belt by Draculino in the end of 2012. So Leandro was my first match as a black belt. And was a phenomenal match. Like I was winning for 2 points. Was a 10 minutes match, IBJJF, and I was winning for 2 points. I got a sweep in the beginning of the fight. I don't know, 2-3 minutes, and in the rest of the pull guard. And back on the day, my strong game was pull guard. Like I didn't was so confident on the top, and the rest of the match I was just holding, you know, like holding, like not like close guard but open guard with my game, but don't let him pass. And he tried to pass, and I was exhausted. He was exhausted, and in the last don't know, like 10 seconds, he passed my guard. So was our this is one of the como que é amargo, bro.
Bitter.
Huh?
Bitter.
Yeah, this one, the bitter losses that I remember, because I did the hardest, and in the end I let him pass. No, I didn't let he pass, but was just a few more seconds. But I remember that with a lot of proud as well, because was one of the matches that I definitely gave everything, you know. Me and him, we gave everything, and in the end of the match, he couldn't even like celebrate because he was so tired and me as well, and it was like a mummy like this, and he went straight to the toilet, not toilet, to the restroom, and me as well. And I remember I lay down on the floor and people opened the shower on me, and I stay like this. And when I look to the side, Leandro was throwing up, like that's so tired he was. I couldn't even move. And when I thought I was like worse, and when I looked to the side, he was even worse than me. So that definitely was the fight that I got more tired in my life. The second one uh, was against Herbert, for sure. This one European we talk about that I received army lock, and I was able to escape and submit him. But I remember a lot of proud as well because was a fight that I really had to overcome myself, and was that showed me a lot the mentality power. I could lose that match the first minute. That was when he got me the army lock. But because of my mentality, I was able to win. And that was definitely one of the toughest one. And because as well, because I closed my first tournament with Rominho on that Europeans. This was the semi-final of the open weight. And if I win that match, I close out with Rominho. So was a very special match and a very special tournament because of the closeout with Rominho, because of the history. And the third one, actually the second one, this is the third one. And the second one was in 2015 against Rodolfo Vieira in ADCC, on the ADCC, the final of the ADCC. Which Rodolfo is an athlete that I admire a lot since I am like a white belt. Definitely one of the best ever, and I only fought with him that match, and now he's on MMA. But I am glad that I was able to fight him. He changed, and was a match that was 40 minutes straight, like took a lot of cardio, was a very the dog here was scared me. That I was very I was very tired. Was 40 minutes straight, and pushed me a lot the cardio, and I remember I ended up in a draw, and they gave the victory to him. So yeah, this was the 3-1 for sure.
That's awesome. I remember all of them. That's pretty good fights.
Yeah.
Felipe, we have one more video, and then after that we do the conclusion, so you can go and play with your new friends. But let's go.
Hello, Professor Felipe Pena. How are you, my brother? I still remember very well when we have the opportunity to train together when you were only a purple belt, at 19 years old, if I'm not wrong. And I thought straight away, man, what a tough kid. This kid has a future. And you have definitely lived to that potential. You became one of the Gracie Barra's best champions. And, we're so proud to see you grow and to see you develop yourself to the champion that you are. And also not just the champion on the mats, but also a great person that you are. I had the privilege to spend time with you. We are super proud of you. And it's always amazing to see you compete because you're bringing the jiu-jitsu really forward and a very exciting game. That's super, super awesome. But I have a question for you. You've been competing for a while now. This has been a long time. You've been a really, really active black belt for many years. And I just wanted to throw you a question. How do you see yourself after the competition times? Because every athlete gets to a point where competition is no longer their goals. I know competition, we can always go back to compete, but how do you see yourself? How do you see yourself developing after your prime as a competitor? I hope you are my brother, and I will speak to you soon.
Vitinho, Obrigado a mensagem aí, Vitinho. Lembro muito dessa época aí, quando a gente treinou.
Is
Você me
in
deu um
English.
amasso.
In English, Walter.
Ó, caralho. Você foi louco.
The dogs, the
Ei,
dogs are out.
hey, Vitinho, thanks a lot for the message, my brother. Remember a lot that time when we trained together. You, Furão, Otávio, all the guys that inspired me a lot when I was a lower belt and inspired me a lot to get in the black belt and do good. And thanks a lot, my brother, for all and for the message. Responding the question, Braulio, you see you getting old when people start asking what are you gonna do about competition or when you're gonna stop to compete, huh?
Tell me about it, bro. Look at me. You're like a baby face. They don't even ask my question anymore.
I never people never ask me that. Just ask me now, you know. So I think I'm getting old. But after competition, I pretend to compete in high level. At least more. I can compete at least more 7 years. I'm 28 now, so I don't know when going to stop, but I definitely have like two biggest goals that I'm going to try to accomplish before I stop, which is the open weight of the world. One more time, the open weight of the ADCC. So if I accomplish that soon, maybe I stop sooner. If I don't, probably I'm gonna try for a long time. But after I stop competing, I really like to. I see me still working in jiu-jitsu, definitely working on my school, working doing some seminars, and helping jiu-jitsu grow. You know, I don't know exactly what way besides of this, but I really need something to. I need some goal. I always need some goal. So I definitely will find some goal on the business, on the jiu-jitsu world to keep me motivated, and I will find something to accomplish. But definitely did be something that means something to me, and it'll be something definitely make jiu-jitsu better or bring jiu-jitsu to people or help the jiu-jitsu community, help my team. I don't know exactly how, but I definitely gonna find something.
That's no question. But yeah, you still have a lot to go. Like
Yeah.
it's very good to see that you have like a clear mind on your goals. That's what you want. You want to try to pursue that as until you can. And this shows a lot of a mindset of a true champion. You gotta have a target and you need to work towards that until you can no longer do it. And I'm sure that's going to be a time that you're going to achieve that goal. And man, is really looking forward to see you competing again. It's one of the most exciting fights, fighters that is out there. Your fight against Leandro Law, you two guys. Also, you guys are friends, but the way that you guys fight, man, it's like both of you like always leave on the mats, everything, and it's only the winners of those are the crowd always having great matches and always the adrenaline, and then the match is never over until the referee says stop. So it's really exciting, and I'm looking forward to see you back on the mats. Filipão, it's been already almost 2 hours here. I know it's already getting dark out there, but you still made new friends on the process, which is great. I would just like to say thank you very much for spending the time. I know you're not even in the city, you're a little bit on the countryside, so the connection wasn't really great, but you made the effort and stay away from all the noise just so we can do this chat. And I really appreciate the name of the Greasy Barra. Thank you very much. Good luck on everything that you do, and we're looking forward to see you on the mats again, represent our shield.
For sure, Braulete. Thanks for the invite. Man, you are a biggest inspiration for me. Definitely one of the technicals and guys that I ever trained in my life, knows that ever trained in my life, knows a lot, but a lot jiu-jitsu, and I'm looking forward to learn more from you, train together. I will be there very soon. Everything pass, like we talk, and train together and have a good time. Thanks a lot, Gracie Barra, the whole team, Flavio, Marcinho, you, everyone, Ryan, everyone who for the invite and for that. That definitely was one of the best. Uh, with hey, can you see me,
I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay, talk. No worries.
bro?
We can hear you. All good. Carry on.
Hello,
I can hear you.
hello,
I can hear you. All good. Can you see me?
bro. Can you see me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm gonna try to
You can,
disconnect and connect.
you can,
Sorry for that.
you can just finish. That's all good. You can just carry on.
I can't hear. I can't hear.
So get out and come back in. So here we go. So guys, beautiful words. I need to say thank to him in person. Like Felipe is in the countryside, so he's having a little bit of a difficulties on the internet, but we're actually getting close to our end of our chat show. It was an amazing chat. It was good to see him and hear from his family as well. Filipão, we can hear you.
Yeah.
You can just speak.
Okay.
No problem. Go without camera. No problem.
For sure. Sorry one more time for all this internet confusion. I'm like out of the city, and my cousin told you here the internet's 100%, but I'm gonna choke him very soon. But yeah, thank you guys. I love it. Thank you for all the visual, everyone who was part of this. Truly touched my heart, and I am very happy to did that, and very happy to be part of the team. And yeah, thank you all.
Thank you, Filipão. Thanks for the words as well. It means a lot coming from you, bro. You are a good friend, great friend, and I look forward to see you soon on the mat so we can share and learn with each other. Okay, brother. Now go enjoy your weekend. Okay, be safe, and I'll see you on the other side of the screen very soon.
For sure. Thank you.
Valeu. Ciao, ciao. Okay, guys. Man, awesome chat today with Professor Felipe Pena, one of the greatest champions of our team. One of the most active competitors at the moment, and amazing talent, amazing person, a sweet guy, a very, very good friend. And you can see by the message from the closest one how much he's loved. So thank you, Felipe, for that. I really appreciate. And guys, don't forget, okay, tomorrow 10 a.m. Pacific time, for the first time, the 300 competition challenge. So there will be 8 men and 8 women competing. The winner going to have to do the challenge 3 times. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see all the athletes going through all their own limits. All right. So for now, I'd like to say thank you very much for the audience. Thank you very much for all the messages, for being part of our chat show. And then I'll see you guys next Saturday. Take care. Have a good week.